Can you tell me a little about your character and your costume in this new third-year movie?
I am the leader of the second team, the team that will descend into the shadow and find the voice of the ancient world.
I love how everyone just stops and like they're all in mid-conversation, but when he speaks, yeah, as soon as he speaks, just bam, we just need to listen. So is this all homemade or how?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Well, like I purchased the dress and then hacked off the bottom. The stick was a plastic toy walking stick that used to have this big crazy bear at the end of it, and I hacksawed him off, and like, this is cheap as hell, you know, cardboard covered in fabric and craft foam, and kind of pissed because the smock thing, I totally made one my own, and then I think the people at the hotel took it thinking it was sheets or bedding or something.
It's okay, so you can go through.
Yeah. So what I had to do today was hack up a shirt of my own to make it look like it was part of the costume.
My father made this sword for the six-fingered man. He broke it this morning while I was eating breakfast. So I taped it together.
Very nice.
I am full of rage. At all times, lots of rage. Brimming with rage. You know, 110% rage. Not a lot of rage. But I've learned to control it.
But it's just on the verge of popping out any moment, but it's
any minute,
controlled.
Somebody can point out and say, hey dude, your shoe's untied. I'm like, what?
But it's controlled.
It's totally medicated. Totally fine. Pacifistic Provion, you can call me.
And we have the sexiest of sexies.
Hello there.
The Jewiest of Carmichaels.
Yes, I do believe, actually.
Tell me about your costume. What the? You got it down to your knee. Almost.
Oh, well, you know.
Very nice.
If you have it flaunted, I say.
Well, I actually made this for a Halloween costume about 2 years ago. And
oh, wow, that works out.
Costume shop, Goodwill. I actually went to Goodwill, got a dress that was this, and then I just ripped it up, sewed it onto the jacket in varying places. And then these are just dance tights, and took a little bit of the dress because usually I don't wear the bit in the pants. So usually actually I just sort of do a little bit of that, just to kind of tease a little.
Right.
Tease a little. So, but in this production, it's a lot of cock joke, so
Just let it all out.
let it all out.
Okay, you're making love to the camera. Everybody is magnetized by this man. At some point, you can have like a really meta moment because your cell phone is actually the theme for Indiana Jones.
My cell phone's the theme to Indiana Jones.
And you're wearing the costume, and your last name is Jones.
Yeah, I wore the costume on the train ride up here because it was easier for me to just wear it than to just pack it. So I'm sitting on the train. At one point, the phone goes off. The guy sitting next to me, he's like across me, like reading the newspaper, and he's.
This guy must be a fanatic.
This kid's the biggest fan ever. I check into the hotel and I'm wearing this. I go up there. The clerk it hits me halfway through the sentence, like what I'm about to say. So I'm like, yeah, I have a reservation under Jones. The jacket is my friend Brian's. The hat I bought at the only place in Springfield that sold fedoras, which was a gun shop. I got this hat from a guy chasing me on a train when I was a kid. I lost that day. It didn't mean I had to like it.
Do you like snakes?
I don't like snakes. That's why I make everyone call it a rope.
Now that is truly geekdom.
How do they do that in Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, that seems a bit uncomfortable. Very nice. And what is your character, sir, in this 3rd year anniversary?
The Rock Biters. We're like the crazy insane guy in a rock biters suit.
Yeah, you have quite the schizophrenic.
Yes.
And what is the main what is the main conflict? Because I find your character to have the most interesting set of lines and the way you express them. I think. So what's going on with these characters and these little toys?
Apparently, Phaelus gets too into character for a bit, but near the end he just kind of drops it. It's like, no, you guys get too into character. I know what I'm doing.
Is that like a joke?
And is it that these guys are constantly telling him what to do, talking to him?
Yeah, well, he's crazy. Yeah, these guys are apparently telling him things to kill Bennett and stuff.
Right. How did this get together? This is clearly a homemade thing.
You would have to ask Holly.
These are floral balls cut in half. Used hot glue to glue them all over the top and the pants. And I just made it so he could move easily, put his hands in his pockets, all of that.
Seems rather comfortable and warm.
Yeah, I asked him what, just asked him what size he wore and I went from there. Bought spray paint that mimics the texture of stone. And so I sprayed it all over that and on the back side too.
Okay.
But I was kind enough to not put any globes on the back so he can sit.
Oh yeah, that's smart. What is your character? He seems rather...
My character is a physical manifestation of what happens when you don't go to college and get a respectable job and not have to rely on, whoring yourself to cameras. So that way maybe you can get a cheap laugh out of my humility.
Wow.
I do this as a warning for everyone.
Getting kind of deep.
If you don't study hard and don't get a good job, you're forced to wear this horrible lion costume to be the center of mocking and derision and jokes and hate for people who don't appreciate what happens when people go down deep and just I can't take this anymore. Just one last thing, maybe one last thing.
I picked up enough after I found out he was Dizzy Devil.
Maybe I'm a lion.
Like that he did inspire.
That's for the 5 Final Fantasy VIII nerds out there.
Put together like where he showed
Nice.
There were always two that were
And we have Tom. Isn't he handsome?
It's true. It's hard to do with this wig, but it's true.
Yeah. So you are what character now?
Well, I guess the only lines that I have is I'm Willow, so that kind of is pretty obvious.
And you have the two guys.
Yeah, the brownies. See, I had to find 2 miniature guys with long hair because that's what they were. And,
these guys seem pretty buff. I think the original brownies weren't.
Yeah, well, I don't know. These guys are cooler.
Yeah, they look pretty cool.
WWE stars with crazy pants.
So, so Willow has grown, huh? He's
apparently, or maybe they're just gonna in the film shrink me down to make me look small.
Oh, just CGI it so that you
just so I'm
you have small body, large head. But what is your character like in this film?
A little bit overly princessy, a little bit too sweet, a little bit schizophrenic.
Okay, that seems to be a running theme among a variety of characters.
Everyone's kind of crazy in this one.
Yeah, everybody just kind of loses it.
I got this awesome European cut shirt here. It looks good on me.
Yeah.
And the nice black pants too, with boot covers that don't really cover my shoes when I have them on.
Gotcha.
It's going to look awkward in every shot that they're not going to be in many shots. And yeah, check me out, ladies. You know you love it. Yeah.
Apparently there's a group of obstacles that follow Doug around while that have to stop Doug from achieving perfection or something like that. And the guy who was going to block him in the woods took an office job in Boise, and I had to fill in because I was a temp, because the financial situation's pretty dire in New Zealand, so I just had to.
I am on the quest of Mati to cure my bestiality, because he understands me and accepts me.
And accepts him.
What is Goat Fuckers for Dummies?
Like,
Goat.
does it tell you how to goat fuck better, or does it try to help you stop?
It tells you where the goat fucking stems from.
Yeah,
No,
the emotional.
But is the objective to
What?
eventually stop? Is it like cigarette smoking, or?
But then it would be like fucking anonymous or something.
It like helps you cope with your problems.
Yeah.
It's just an all-out.
It sounds like it's trying to help you fuck more efficiently.
You know, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Different kinds of.
I would say it's got a little bit of everything, right? Usually those types of books. I can't believe I'm getting into this. All right, so what is your costume and what is your character in this 30-year anniversary?
I am Arthur, King of the Britons, but specifically not from Monty Python or Excalibur, but rather my favorite movie, Camelot, starring Richard Harris. And
I'm the Hamelot.
Sing it.
Doug, can I borrow your hat real quick? Thank you.
He's gonna beat him with that hat. We're gonna censor that because.
Escape me, Walker.
Hey, we got an interview to finish.
Yes, we do.
So, so yeah, Camelot.
Richard Harris, 1969, I want to say.
Sorry.
Okay, so you got the.
This is the professional interview I was promised.
So what happens to your character? Why
in the movie or in Camelot?
In real life.
In real life.
What happens to this?
Well,
and
nobody
you?
knows. There's legends about what happened to Arthur.
In my character, Linkara, dressed as Richard Harris, specifically what happens to me is I am constantly trying to get the nostalgia critic to make this a musical. So I'm always singing and always trying to start a song. And since I'm playing Richard Harris, I sometimes go very extravagant in my mannerisms, and other times I become very intense and whisper. In either Dungeons and Dragons or Flights of Fantasy, I don't know if you've actually chosen a title yet.
Now I'm thinking of Suburban Nights.
Ooh. I actually like Dungeons and Critics, but anyway.
I might go. We'll see.